Hello and welcome back to our continuing escapades in the Let's Defend platform. I had originally intended to go back to March 15th and work my way forward, but it looks like we're going to go back to the 13th of March and work our way forward. So today we are working on a SOC138 or Detected Suspicious XLS file. Event ID is 77 and the date is March 13th, 2021, 8:20 p.m. So apparently somebody in the organization is burning the midnight oil. So the first thing that I see is that it does indeed just straight out look odd. It is an XLSM file or a macros enabled Excel spreadsheet. If it's not a equation editor vulnerability that's being exploited, it is usually macros. Usually especially at the perimeter. So if you've got an email gateway, everything else like that, these would be the type of files that you would want to sit there and have those emails quarantined with their attachments for review before being released to the unsuspecting end users. So we're going to go ahead and grab the file hash. And we are going to dump it into the very first tool we just about always use, VirusTotal. Now granted, today is the 10th of April, so we've almost got a full month between here and now. But even with a full month, we are only looking at 39 out of 60 AV engines detecting this file as malicious. Let's see, dropper, office exploit, msexcel.bomber. What else do we have? Anything that talks about like maybe emotet or anything else like that? No, it just looks like it's all gonna exploit. Yeah, CVE 2017-11882. 11882. Okay, so another exploit. Okay, so we got a dropper. So we take a look at the hash inside of any.run, and we have several. Some going all the way back to January 29th, 2021, up to looks like April 4th, 2021. I am going to settle on the closest after. So if this was the 13th, closest is the 15th of March. And it does look like it actually ran. It looks like it fired off the equation editor. And then ran a bunch of VBS files. Oh goody. Oh goody. What do we have? We have a VBS file that's pulled down. Oh yeah, I am not going to sit there and try to walk that backwards. Looks like a just repeating section over and over and over again just to sit there and buff up. Let's run it through VirusTotal. Has this been seen? It has not been seen before. Okay, well, that's to that. How about hybrid analysis? Yes, we have an entry. Again, dated the 15th of March, 2021. Evasive, macros unopened, labeled as CVE 2017-11882. Like back with what we've seen with the detections for VirusTotal. Threat score 100. What else do we have? Opens up and just kind of sits around. Open environment, run. Does this clean it up at all? No, of course not. That's hoping a little bit too much out of the strings. If it was going to do it, I believe it would be in the other portion. XX, Q, script, JavaScript, script, JavaScript. So it's easy enough to sit there and say that, yes, this is bad. What if we go back? Next one would be March 12th. I mean, do we see anything else that spans out from this? We see it running the JavaScript files. But we don't get much of anything else. Okay, well, we will stick with this. Starts for command with execution. Well, what if we go back? We got all these other ones. So let's see if we take a look at the 12th of March, as opposed to just looking at the 15th. Does it give us anything else we can run with? Looks like it's more or less the same. Excel, C script to run the VBS, equation editor, command, W script, command, C script. Bad traffic. I swear we've seen this site before. Multiware technologia.com.br. So Brazilian. Okay, just for shits and giggles, what if we go all the way back to January 29th? Do we actually see some sort of other execution? No, all ends pretty much the same. It's just looking for something to be running down at the bottom of this list. All right, let's go way out of line. Let's go April 1st. Because, why not? Why not April 1st? Same exact execution chain, so nothing seems to be different. But I don't think there's any way you could sit there and say that, yes, this is a document is acting the way that we would expect, especially not with the fake garbage in regards to the cells of the document are locked and will not have the data in them until the enable button is pressed. When these sandboxes have the macros already turned on, it's like, yeah, no. Nope, 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 nope. We don't have any end results for badness, but there's enough. Found a reference for WMI query string known to be for VM detection. Spawns the Microsoft equation editor. Almost would be tempted just to spin up my own sandbox and run the sucker through. But I don't think that we have to go out on a limb to say that this is malicious. No way, how, or form. So let's go ahead and take ownership. Let that spin up. Okay, I want to take a look at log management. I want to take a look at endpoint. So the problem is that the device action was allowed. Source address 172.16.17.55. So we go to endpoint management. We're looking for an end user for Sophie. Primary login user. It's Alex. Is there anything in here? Oh, you got a Sophia at at 65. Sophia 2020 would be the primary. And the host name is Sophia. So we've got an IP address that doesn't match the host name as it currently sits. So let's take a look. No log on Sophia for browser. Command history. PowerShell, way back when. No logs, no processes except for PowerShell. But that goes back to 2020. So what if we go and actually take a look at the actual Cobalt Strike shellcode? Oh yeah, that's perfectly fine. Yeah, this one needs to burn. Company.local. Now here's one for the 15th, but then we go back. So host name does not match IP address, at least as stuff sits currently. So if we just go ahead and we'll just assume, I know, terrible to just assume, but this gives us large portions of traffic. We are looking for March 13th, which we see here. And much like with the sandbox, we again see the entry for multiware technologia.com.br. So what do we get for that? It is 177.53143.89. And we go back and we take a look at our DNS. Yeah, that matches. Okay, so it was definitely run on the box. So the big question is, it must be Sophia then. They just must have changed the IP addresses then. So we do have evidence that backs up them reaching out. Okay. On the 13th, this is 8:20. 8:20. Okay, so bad stuff obviously happened on Sophia's box, even though Alex shows up here. But especially if you're dealing with DHCP, it's not uncommon, especially seeing as how we're working backwards. Although last login is a little bit deceptive on this as well, but I don't expect that this is going to be constantly updated as you go through. Okay, so Sophia's already quarantined, so somebody explained to me as to how, where, and why this XLSM file made it to it. Of course, this is what? Just request quarantine or containment, right? Yeah. Not that it's actively going in. Okay, regardless, I think we have enough to sit there and say that yes, this thing is seriously borked. Bork, bork, bork. Start the playbook. So what do we have? We didn't get anything launched. AV didn't apparently show up as bad. I mean, if we take a look. Yeah, we didn't get anything in regards to that. So I'm going to say unknown or unexpected outgoing. Check if the malware was quarantined or cleaned. It was not. The device status was allowed. Analyze it. Is it malicious? Oh, yes. Oh, goody. Artifacts. Yay. Okay, so we go back and we capture the MD5 for the maldoc. And we update that. MD5, that's our first stage. Then we're going to have an IP address. We are going to have a URL address. Well, that's more of a domain. I don't suppose you'll give me. No, just the connection. Oh, here I was hoping to actually get the full on. We got a domain. More than likely C2. Our next step is we need the IP address, which we confirm in a log. Okay, anything else in there that we can potentially pull an MD5 from and report back? I mean, we could do the first VB script, maybe. You would need to go back. You go Excel and modified files. That's what it was. We have an MD5. So I mean, it would lead to execution, so it couldn't hurt as an additional portion. It's going to be MD5, and then we go back here. And we're just going to capture the... no, I don't want to click it. I want just the name, so I can fill that out here. All right, so what other VBSs do we have? WScript C users local temp. Okay, so let's grab another one, assuming it's not going to spell out. So it's going to be an MD5 hash. That one, grab the command, that should show up as the modified. No modified file, huh? There it is. So 03 Delta 7. Well, that looks like that falls in line. So there's our XSS, yeah, xx.vbs. Fine. Give me Notepad. Just regular, good old Notepad. We'll cut that out. Oh wait, I already had that in there. Oops. Just making more work for myself. How about this other one? So this, we go here. No modified files. Okay, so work our way down to the next one. That was what? That was the command. Modified files, we get E. That's HTML, huh? I don't suppose this one's at virus total. Well, probably should double back and get that, but. All right, one more. Let's just do this. Go up, copy, Notepad. We're gonna have data out the wazoo, and I don't know where the wazoo is. I want to know where the wazoo is. Okay, so we take a look at that one. We bring this one up, modified files. We go back to that xx.vbs. Okay, so I think we've harvested just about everything we can out of this. We've got the looks like it was just connections to DNS to resolve, but no actual requests. Okay. I think we've given it just about all we have. Did someone request access to the C2? Destination address. Oops. Oh, yes. Yes. We definitely have proof of that. Yes. Sophia's was already put in containment? Yes. Finish the playbook. There we go. We got everything filled out. And we'll finish this. Let's see. So malicious or suspicious XLS file. Oh yeah, definitely suspicious. XLSM file is confirmed. Maldoc. Nuke and pave of system is recommended. Close the alert. And we go back to the 13th, and apparently we answered all the questions right. Hooray. Alright. So I will get the notes and everything put together, get this uploaded, probably have it come out same day, and then I'll space out the rest of these moving forward. So we'll do the 14th, and then we'll finish off the 15th. That should open up if there's anything further along in March in terms of earlier. But so there we go. That was SOC138 EventID 77 for March 13th, 2021. I will see everybody in the next video.